Okay, welcome to another episode of B Sharp and C. This is Artie Astor, your host. Yeah, I'm your host. I don't really have anything cool to say after that. However, I want to do a reaction to a saxophone player that I've seen before do some pretty good stuff, and I have not seen this song before. I've not seen this performance before, but I have heard a lot of Jimmy Sax material. He's actually really good. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Scooby-Doo. Oh. Huh. It's cool. I like that. He does that on a couple of his songs. I like the build up. It's nice. So Jimmy Sax has a very unique vibrato that I've only heard from him. I can't explain it. Let me try to explain it. Yeah. It's kind of a faster vibrato. It's just weird because I can't put my finger on it, and I love it. When I say it's weird, I don't mean his vibrato's weird. The aspect of the vibrato that I can't explain is weird to me. You can have a Jimmy Sax song on, I can hear his vibrato and be like, "Oh, that's Jimmy Sax." There's a tone to it. I think it's the combination of the tone that he gets from his mouth and just how he does the vibrato, which vibrato with saxophone is done in your mouth. I know when I play, I tend to do this with my hand when I do the vibrato. It's a nervous tick. I'm doing the vibrato with my mouth, with my jaw, right? My vibrato is a little slower usually than his. Um, but I will still, as I'm holding the saxophone, you'll see my hand move, and it almost gives people the impression that I am doing the vibrato by, by rocking the saxophone while I play, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing it in my mouth. It's in the jaw, you know? That's exactly that's how I do my vibrato. See, I knew he was going to repeat that line. I knew he was going to repeat that line. Some lines you can tell are hooks that are going to be repeated. He's not in the main part of the song yet, where it's a free flowing, um, melodic phrasing. He's still doing the intro, which is like the personality of the song. Ready? Nice. Ended it differently. See, same thing again. He'll end this differently. See? And I've never heard the song before. It's just how conversation works. When you have a conversation with someone, you do repeat phrases, but you never really repeat them the same way. You never say, "Oh my goodness, the other day I was flabbergasted. Oh my goodness, the other day I was flabbergasted." You don't say that. In conversation, you might say something like, "Oh my goodness, the other day I was flabbergasted." I mean, really, it was yesterday. I was super surprised when I saw John's new car, you know? So you repeat for emphasis, but you don't ever really do it the same exact way twice in a row. In a conversation, if a person does that, they'll look like they're a little bit um in music, very, very, very seldom do you see phrases start and end and then start and end exactly the same way. Music phrasing is a lot like phrasing a conversation or a sentence. Ooh, I like that. All right. So now he's getting into the free melodic part of the song. Let's listen to that again, and I'll stop pausing. I will pause when I want to pause. So I'm getting that out there. If you don't like the pausing, then just watch the video on your own. You don't need my comments to listen to the song. We're not listening to the song. This is a reaction. Nice. Nice run. Nice. Nice growl. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. He went blues there for a second. Oh, got the flat five in there. Oh, okay. Flat six and the natural seven. Nice, nice. So when you, and I'm guessing it's the flat six and the natural seven, if you're playing in the Aeolian mode, and which is minor, and you want to sound a little Middle Eastern, the flat six and the natural seven, depending upon how you do it, but in succession, gives you a little bit of a Middle Eastern sound, and that's what that's my guess as to what he did here. What did he do right there? What did he grab? All right, so he grabs the bell of the saxophone and shakes it a little bit. You do get a little bit of a different vibrato, one that is more acute. You don't. It's not necessarily one with your jaw. That's the only thing I can think of. Him grabbing the bell to get that, but then you see him with his right hand kind of going like this on the side, Well, he's hitting the side C. I think it's the side C. Hold on. Yeah, he's hitting that side note. Ah, he's so good. Nice. You see how now, as the song is ending, we're going back to the repetitive licks, right? Kind of bringing the song, bringing the song back together type of thing, you know? You heard that in the beginning of the song. But in different order. Where are we? We're at 426. So let me go back to 426. Let's go to the beginning of the song. This is just a little intro. He's got such great tone. He might end the song this way. I think he's doing a pyramid. Yeah, you see? Now he's going to do that other riff. See? And he's going to do it again and end higher. Ready? Oh no, wait. Okay, this one, right here. Okay, now this one he's going to end higher. Ready? And then he does that little run. And then he goes into the melodic part of the song. So what I'm getting here from watching him is that he's doing a pyramid. He's probably going to end the song, and I don't know, but he's probably going to end the song with this. That's my guess. Because it seems like what he's doing is like a pyramid. You do a certain part, you do another part, you do another part, and then you get to the top where everything's melodic, and then you come back down, but you do it in different order, and then end the song, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and then you have the melody, and then 3, 2, 1, and then the song ends. It's essentially a sandwich. Let's go back to 426 and see if I'm right. I could be wrong. I mean, there's no rule. You can do whatever you want. I'm just looking at his songwriting. If this is his song, I'm assuming it is. And looking at where he's going melodically. I think he is a fantastic saxophone player and a great songwriter. And there's a reason why he's got over 1 million subscribers. There's a reason why he performs in front of thousands of people. He's freaking fantastic. Half the stuff he's doing, I'm not even, and I've been playing saxophone now for almost 4 years, right? I started at 46. I'll be 50. So, okay. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, that's correct math, right? But like he does things that I'm like, what's he doing? And I've been practicing for hours a day, you know? All right, we're at 426. Let's go. Let's see if I'm right. He's taking the saxophone off, and he's putting on the soprano sax. So I'm wrong. That's not how he's going to end the song. Catch your breath, man. And that, wow, it ended abruptly. But it was fantastic. So I was flat out wrong about my prediction of how he was going to end the song. I did not think he was going to grab the soprano sax and do that. Something I've noticed about Jimmy Sax, he's got a lot. He's very, very, very. His tone is very unique, and I think that's why his vibrato comes across as unique, because his vibrato with his very unique tone makes just a very unique vibrato. If you I mean, look at Jeff Beck, right? He had a very unique style of guitar playing. So because he was so unique and his tone was so unique, everything he did within that world, whether it's vibrato or pull on and pull off, um, it was with his tone and with his style of play. So kind of everything became unique with Jeff Beck. And I think Jimmy Sachs kind of falls into that. And I don't know if it's his, I mean, the tone comes from your mouth, okay? It comes from your embouchure. Tone with the saxophone does not come from your fingers, which is what a lot of people would think, who maybe play guitar, that because guitar is very tactile, and the way you use your fingers. I mean, it's one of the only instruments where your finger is actually touching the string that makes the sound, right? Where saxophone's not like that. It's in your mouth. And if you lose concentration while you're playing saxophone and your mouth loosens while you're playing a high note or whatever the case is, you're going to hear the quality of the tone diminish, right? Jimmy Sachs doesn't do that. I'm sure he makes mistakes. I mean, the guy's human, right? There's no such thing as the perfect, musician. Um, but he's so practiced and so well um, played, he just plays all the time, that very seldom have I ever heard. I mean, I've he doesn't release anything that I've heard where I'm like, oh, that tone is bad. He just, to me, he's got really good tone, but it's unique. And not only is it in the mouth, but saxophone, for me anyways, and I know other saxophone players that do this too, it's very rare to just put on the strap, put the saxophone on, play into a microphone, and then that's it. I like to equalize the microphone channel. So whatever channel my saxophone is being played into, I go into the equal. I equalize it. I drop off a little bit of the highs, drop off a little bit of the lows. I get it to a point where it sounds, you know, satisfactory through the microphone. I'm assuming he would do that too. I mean, I've heard other saxophone players and I've followed a lot of saxophone players, and they all kind of say the same thing. Like, yes, you absolutely need good tone, and you want to sound good without any microphone. You want to have natural tone. But playing into a microphone, it's always good to have to make sure that you as the saxophone player, that you like the sound of the saxophone going through the microphone. There's nothing to be ashamed of, saying, wow, in this song here, when I play, the lows are coming out a little bit weird, and then maybe dropping the lows on the channel for the saxophone a little bit, tweaking some things in the equalizer. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, it shows that you're a musician, but also an engineer. You're engineering the sound that you are recording. You're recording. You're not playing out in the street. You're recording. So you want to make sure that you get a good sound. Um, so yeah, I guess that's it. I love Jimmy Sachs. I've always been a huge fan. Let me know what you think of my review. Let me know if you have any suggestions. If you have a favorite saxophone player, you want me to do a reaction, put it in the comment section below. That's it. This is Artie Astor saying, keep it groovy. Oh, did I get rid of the B sharp and C? Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Anyways, did I do the whole video like that? I don't care. I'm not doing it again. You can't react to the song twice. Anyways, keep it groovy.